can you put your hands together?
Yeah.
And make a sound like a dove.
I'm gonna try.
There we go.
It's like mine's like a windy tunnel.
Yes. Courtney sounds like a back alley at Woodstock.
Welcome to another episode of No Results, Own Excuses, where we talk fitness, nonsense, and partial facts. It's episode, I don't know,
17?
17.
17.
Yeah.
As always, my name is Matthew Barman, and my co-host with the mosts,
Jug.
Juggles Swat and Courtney Dick. Jug.
Jugga is now his PlayStation Network name.
Oh, nice. He changed it.
That's what he plays.
It's
his persona online.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
good.
no one can track me down.
They'll never put two
No
and
one's
two
going to hunt
together.
today. He doesn't know how to play.
Justin Swat was a little bit too obvious.
It's very obvious. Justin Dotswat.
Yeah.
But you won't find him again.
You won't
No.
find him ever again.
When I've told everybody.
Courtney has a new nickname as well.
What's that?
Court Dick.
Court Dick.
Yeah.
Very popular
Very popular.
on the WhatsApp.
Obviously, does not correlate with the real size of his personality. But you can call him Court Dick from now on.
Okay, yeah, so send us that in the DM. If you want to hear more about Court Dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's 2020.
Yeah, we made it.
Can you believe it?
It
The
is.
world never ended.
Courtney had his baby.
Yes, not personally, but I was there.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah.
And Courtney's wearing the same kind of shirt he wore when we spoke about this
Yes,
baby last.
this was the shirt he was wearing in the last episode.
I only have 2 shirts.
2-3 days before she was born.
Womb
Yeah.
colour.
Yes. I only have
I
2
think
shirts.
that's what we actually discussed.
I need more
and I
clothes.
cut it out of the last
Oh, you did? Well, hopefully it won't get cut from this one. So inspiring, Courts, honestly. You have a son and a daughter now.
Yeah.
What did you name her?
Amelia.
Amelia.
So I'm poorer now. Be extremely poorer when she goes to school.
What does that mean for your nutrition?
I don't eat anymore.
Now it's
But,
completely zeroed out. Now he's negative food.
Yes, it's gonna be difficult to get my goals.
Feeds her like a bird.
Yes.
So he
Yes.
chews a bit, gets a bit, and then
So
he
he gets a
vomits it
little
out.
bit of
Yeah.
nutrition from the residual saliva
Yeah.
and gives the rest to
Yeah.
Amelia.
I regurgitate,
Yeah.
Wow.
I ruminate and regurgitate.
I mean, is that why you have free Vita chocolates?
Yes, I have a Vita chocolate. I had to spend my Discovery points before they change over to horrible Discovery miles. And I also have a Kit Kat.
Where'd the Kit Kat come from?
I bought that for the guy putting petrol in my car
Okay.
because I didn't have coins to give him.
That is a good idea.
So I bought him a Kit Kat.
That's
It's
a-
like this guy gave me Kit Kat.
That's a life
the best
hack.
thing.
Normally I'm like, but I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
man,
know.
I just don't make eye contact and I drive away.
You know what Diane once said? She drove away with the petrol pump still, well, it wasn't on, but
It was,
what do you call that cable that goes into your
It
car?
was still plugged in.
Yeah, it was still plugged in. She
Oh.
drove off and the thing popped off and was still in her car.
oh,
So it
jeez.
snapped.
It snapped. She
Off
had to
the-
stop
the machine.
Yeah?
and I could take it out and give it back to him.
Did they charge you for it?
Gosh, I think she had paid, but she didn't realise that he didn't
Right.
take it out.
Oh, jeez.
So I mean, that was obviously quite
Jeez.
embarrassing.
And she
Yeah.
didn't tip him.
She probably didn't tip him. No.
Probably shouted at him.
Yeah.
So it's a new year. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
People have been messaging us, asking us when we're coming back.
Yeah, thanks for being in high
Millions,
demand.
millions,
we're
millions and
we're,
millions
we're
of
blown
messages.
away by how many people were disappointed that we hadn't released an episode on the 1st of January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've had a very long, lazy holiday, and now we're back.
Yeah. So what did you guys get for Christmas?
Not much.
Not much.
Not much.
Charles bought me a pair of headphones.
Ah, that's cool.
So that-
Gaming hit.
gaming headphones that I can now have a 2-hour-long conversation with Matt and Andy Manzilla
Oh, good.
at night
Wow, fragging people.
Yes.
while we try and play Apex Legends.
Last night was one of the games was so slow that it was pretty much 20 minutes of just us three talking. We couldn't
Ah.
Skype each other.
We ran around the map, and after 22 minutes, we got headshot and died.
Can't you just press restart?
You can, but
you
you're
can.
in the game, and the points get given to you. Like if you stay in it, I don't know if it's negative if you leave the game.
Yeah, I must say, like, for someone that might not do any fitness in the day, that game gets your heart rate up.
Really?
Like, if I was wearing my Discovery watch and trying to get my points, I think after an hour playing, I would definitely get some Discovery
It
miles.
gets those intense moments. You get clammy fucking palms.
Yeah,
You're sitting there,
sweating,
you're getting closer to
adrenaline
the
high.
Get it close to the television.
That's a real life hack. So I'm waiting for the PlayStation 5, which apparently is coming out
December next year, I think.
so long.
I think yeah.
It'll
So
take
late
me-
or just late next year.
PlayStation just released a picture that said PlayStation 5.
Is it?
And that was it.
People probably went nuts.
They did.
And they zoomed into the pixels and like, look at shades in the corner there. It must gonna look like that and so on.
Yeah, and I don't know what else that meant. But I mean, to only
so maybe it's a release, or did it say at the bottom 2020 December? Or
I think it's just like welcome to 2020, and it just said PlayStation 5.
Oh, so they're confirming maybe 2020.
That'll be this year.
Yeah. Okay.
Courtney,
sure.
I think you should get one.
What did you get for Christmas?
For Christmas, not a PlayStation. I got a takeaway mug, a baby. Yes, I got a baby, and I got like a takeaway like folding up mug, and a little espresso cup that you used to make your espresso in.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so that's about it.
we did Secret Santa, so I got a bottle of wine.
Ah,
Yeah.
You don't know who it is from.
Well, yeah.
Could have been anyone.
We talked.
Yeah.
Found out.
Secret Santa.
Yeah.
Could
I'm a
you,
detective.
have you consumed it yet?
No,
Okay.
not the wine.
Nice.
Red wine. I drink red wine, but not like.
Mm.
If it was bottled vodka, I probably wouldn't finish by now.
One thing I did want to ask you, Thaddy, is are you wearing a new set of frames?
No.
New
Which ones have I
glasses?
put on?
Ray-Bans.
These boys always have these.
Oh,
Yeah.
looking very smart.
It's just not that. I've had a haircut last night.
Maybe that's
Yesterday. I had the side of my head shaved because it was all puffy.
it. Nice.
Yeah.
Look a little bit more like you come from Plumstead now.
Yes.
The
That's
fade.
what we're going for.
A
I
fader.
said,
Yeah.
My mom cuts my hair. I said, Mom, give me a Plumstead cut. And
Nice.
she said, yeah.
When I was trying to ask her for the Milnerton fade, she sorts me out with
She
a
knows
one.
exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
100%.
Ask her for the Plumstead cut next time.
I will.
She does.
I'm
I
excited.
saw like a Instagram memory. I think it was Instagram memory of like a year ago, where me, Matt, and other Matt Schiff went to walk to somewhere, Sandy
yes,
Bay.
we walked from Landunda to
To
Sandy Bay. Yeah.
and you must see how Matt looks there. Like I can't believe that he used to look like that. I can't remember, and it was a year ago. He has a massive beard and he has long hair, and it was just a year ago. You forget
Unreal.
quickly. You forget quickly. After
365 days is a lot of time. 2020. That means time for
The episode, well, we still didn't say. I don't know what episode it is.
17.
17.
We think it's episode 17.
Yeah,
And
could be.
time for, yes. carry
Time
on.
for our main topic.
No, it's not time for our main
It's not time for our main topic.
It's time for the news.
It's time for the news, Courtney.
Yeah, so we've got a bit of boring news, CrossFit news. The invites for the Open have been sent out.
Yes, believe
So
it or not.
the leaderboard's almost finalized.
And everyone was pissed off because they said it was going to happen on the 16th. Everything was going to be finalised. I don't know about the invites, but things
Yeah.
weren't finalised by the 16th.
No, those guys were all on leave.
Mm.
Well, they
were
all got
fucking
fired.
around. Yeah, that's their fault for firing everyone. So
No.
probably one poor guy
Yeah.
just like going nuts.
So there's some Southern African people, notably for our Southern African friends here. Let us know who they are.
Tammy Robinson from CrossFit CFPT.
What's that?
What is CrossFit CFPT?
yeah.
It's a gym where you go to do some CrossFit and PT.
And
Personal
PT.
training.
Yes. That's how they named it. So I don't know. I thought she was in Dubai or something.
Yeah, she disappeared
Yes.
for a little while.
Yeah.
She was one of the ones that dusted off her passport.
Yeah. She went away for a little while. I think she got married, probably took some time off CrossFit, and then just came out of nowhere and absolutely obliterated everybody.
Broke hearts.
Broke hearts, broke dreams.
Yeah. So she's the
Hey,
South African representative.
It wakes people up and makes them realise that just this system has made things look a little bit easier, but you realise that these people out there are fucking good.
Yeah.
She is a beast. I'd love to. I can't wait to see her compete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the man himself, Mr. Jason Smith.
Jason Smith,
Jason Smith.
looking shredded in his
I saw his
latest
picture.
Instagram post.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
people are saying he looks younger than ever before.
Really.
I think CrossFit reverses aging if no
Yes.
one's figured that one out yet.
Yeah.
But not aging of your knees.
Yeah, your knees get old.
They get old
Depends
quickly.
how good your squat technique is. One thing I will say is I think Chris O'Mahony is a good example of how CrossFit reverses aging.
Yeah. Chris
No
Amman
one,
and,
no one will believe his age.
and Spargy.
Spargy too.
Spargy
Yes.
too. Yeah.
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 So that's Jason. We pretty much expected that, except there was some close moments in the Open with Justin and Jason and our friend Keelan.
Yes.
And AJ Fisser as well.
Mick Stockey was in
Mick
the mix.
Stockey. Yeah.
It was tight, yeah. It was a good competitive, challenging Open.
Yeah.
But Jason was Mr. Consistent as he is always.
Yes. Yeah. And then what else we got there?
Okay, we got Namibia.
Don't know any of those.
Francie Gerber from CrossFit WHK, and then Philip Bolke from CrossFit Damascus.
Nah.
I don't know. Look, the next one we know, Angola, Carla Nunes da Costa.
She seems familiar. Was she in Cape Town for a while?
She went to the games and she was here at this gym.
Interesting
Tidbit of information. Factual fact.
Yeah. She used to coach at Cape CrossFit.
Really?
Yeah.
Was partial for a second, but now it is
confirmed
fact.
Confirmed. So she's going to the games. That's great.
Yeah.
I think she's masters as well. Yeah.
Yes, she's masters, and we didn't say before, Jason is masters too.
Yes.
And so is Francie Gobo, which no one knows. Then
so
Marco.
where are all the kids?
The youngsters.
Yeah.
The youngsters just on cracking it. Eh?
Listen, I think the teens are really slow on the uptake here in Africa, to be honest. Like, the schooling system is dictating their focus.
They're just focusing on rugby and soccer.
Rugby, soccer, cricket, swimming,
Real
athletics.
Sports.
But no school has any idea of where CrossFit is internationally. And, like, if you really want to start seeing teens get in the mix, like you are in America, you're probably going to have to start getting CrossFit into schools.
Yeah.
Because, like, as much social media is going out there, I think every CrossFit gym in South Africa, for at least, is maybe has a handful of about 5 teenagers, maybe if you're lucky.
Yeah. And then the last one we have is Botswana, and there was a bit of an upset there in Botswana.
CrossFit Gaborone, Singiwe Sigi Saru, which is a masters athlete.
That's the lady, eh?
Yes. And then Thabo Misumane.
Thabo dethroned our previous Botswana champion. What was his name again? Katlego.
Yeah. So he was the guy, and then he actually wasn't the real winner.
Yes, the controversy. So some would say that order has been restored in Botswana. Because in Botswana, our friend Mike Swatland actually won the Open. And then he said, look, I don't have any videos, guys, because I'm just a normal person. And then they gave it to the eventual champion, Katlego. And then this year, Katlego's been beaten by Thabo. So, sorry.
I feel like Mike peaked in that Open, because since then he bought a dog and stopped CrossFitting.
He stopped CrossFitting.
Do you think his goal was to win the Open in Botswana and then fuck off?
And then grow a family.
Yeah, so now he watches his dog. His dog sitting.
From his phone or from at home?
From anywhere in the world, you can watch your dog now.
Come on, Mike.
Yeah.
Get your priorities straight.
So, you can watch your dog on your phone now. You can set up a camera.
Barbell clubs on a Saturday, regular time, 10 o'clock. Come on, Mike.
No, he's in the park that time.
And there's a bunch of others on the list, but no one really knows these people. But there's quite a few from Africa. Congratulations, everyone.
Yeah. So we'll see you all in August.
Yeah. Maybe someone will sponsor this podcast and send us there.
Yes, that's one of our goals.
That's a hint.
Yes, one of our goals today is for this year is to go to the CrossFit Games.
Well, we'd like to travel.
Yeah.
Well, obviously the games, but it would be great to travel somewhere. Even when Justin reveals what sanctional he's going to do, then we could join him.
Stay tuned for that.
And have a couple of lols.
I won't reveal that now, guys.
Oh, okay.
Don't want to misdirect the show.
Okay, so we'll wait another 30 minutes. So that's the first bit of news. And then the second little bit of news is that I was listening to the Morning Chalk Up interview with Sarah Sigmund's daughter.
I watched that last night.
Yeah, it was pretty boring overall. But
it was fucking boring.
Actually, guys, you must ask proper questions. Like, obviously, you don't want to offend people, but let's ask things that aren't always asked. Like, we're going to ask you what your favorite food is. How did you get into CrossFit?
What's the word? Pandering,
yes.
Pandering around. Like, and they don't. Look, I don't know what's going to happen if we get someone fancy on here. We might pussy out.
I think Tommy Marquez was maybe he seemed a little bit shy.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know.
I think that's what happens. If you go in strong and then you're like, oh fuck, I wanted to ask her if she's going to get a boob job or something.
Yeah.
And then like, no, I'm not going to ask her that.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask her, how did you find CrossFit?
Yeah.
He asked her, what is your favorite meal?
Yes.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You got Sarah on the show and you ask her what her favorite meal is. Like, you don't have to ask like horrible things, but like she said she left her coach and you'd be like, okay, but why?
That was the most interesting element of that interview.
That came out organically. You didn't actually prepare that.
She said she programs for herself.
Yes.
That's a hell of a responsibility.
So she left the Red Pill people. But like, I would ask her like, okay, how did the relationship break down? And like try and get a proper answer out of it.
I would have said like, do you know that the general consensus is that you're a bit ditzy on the playing courts,
yes,
and that's what's holding you back. are you fixing that? Or because everyone says every year she's fixed it, but she hasn't.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
No, that was so interesting. She actually commented on how she feels like she's the same athlete she was in 2015.
Yeah, I was thinking.
But like from what I've seen, she's absolutely not.
No.
She's way more focused and she seems to be in control. Relaxed when she needs to be, motivated and pumped when she needs to be. And I mean, you got to execute at the right time to win a competition.
Sarah, speak to us. Already.
We'll ask you proper questions.
Yeah.
So she did say that she's plant-based, and then Tommy never followed up on that question.
That was a missed carrot. Jeez. That carrot was dangling hard.
Yeah. So I would have asked her, like, okay, how did you decide to do this? Did you listen to the Game Changers? Did you not listen to the No Rex podcast where they said that the facts are not factual? So yeah, we'll see.
Like she can do battle ropes for about 5 hours.
For an hour. Yeah. I would love to know if she is sponsored by some plant-based companies to go out and say that.
Yes.
Do you know what I found interesting is that she didn't comment on how she acquires her protein.
Yes.
Let's assume when she says she is mostly plant-based, maybe she's still having some eggs.
Yeah, maybe. Some eggs and bacon.
But she did comment, she says, I eat all the time. And I was like, that's very indicative of most CrossFitters. They eat a lot, often. And she said, throughout the day, I'm mainly eating more fruit and more vegetables to keep her energy levels up. Yeah. And I thought to myself, that seems very normal and common. She eats all her fats at night. Again, very commonplace for anybody that's on like RP strength or an RP diet, M2, whatever. It seems to be moving the fats toward the end of the day.
Yeah, away from your training.
Yes, but I was just thinking to myself, like, how is that different to what's already out there? Like, because she's adding in more fruit and more vegetables, does that now make her more plant-based?
Yes.
Or has she always been plant-based with a little bit of eggs and
a little
meat?
Bit of something?
Yeah. Like it's unfortunately it wasn't very descriptive.
Yeah.
I found that frustrating.
So she just said pretty much.
Pretty much plant. Tommy was like, oh, that's fine. Yeah.
That's fine.
Next question. Okay. Yeah. Who did your hair today?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, jeez. Okay.
Come on, Tommy.
Okay. So that's a bit of the news. Oh, I got a little bit of extra newsy kaboozy for you.
Yes.
So I was in Claremont the other day, going to the bowling with my son, and I saw our friend who we mentioned earlier, Brett Spog.
Yes.
And he said, "Hey, I'll come and show me your." He said he'll show me his new gym. So we went into the gym that he's opening. He's not the owner, but he's I don't know what his role is exactly in Ignite Fitness. So they're opening up a big gym in Claremont in Cape Town in Stadium on Main, and we took a tour. And I think they're opening up gyms across the country and in Southern Africa. And it was really cool. It's really premium. It's obviously Virgin Active Planet Fitness type vibes, but a bit more premium. They've put a lot of money into the finishes and that sort of thing. A lot of cardio equipment, which is all pretty much the same as you'll get in your Virgin Active. But what differentiates them, I think, is that he showed me the functional area. So
you're going to say plates and bars.
Yeah, plates and bars. And so if you've been to like a Virgin Active and Planet Fitness, they were all built kind of quite long ago, when functional training wasn't a big thing.
Yes.
But now that Ignite Fitness are building their own gyms from the ground up, they've got this opportunity to put in a lot of functional stuff.
Research from the new ages, basically.
Yeah. So they've got a massive area in there with a rig, like a full rig, CrossFit rig. They've got platforms, bumper plates, and that sort of thing. So you could go in there.
That's really cool. Eh?
You can kip. You can do bar muscle ups. You can snatch, clean and jerk, all that sort of thing.
Wow. Do you think they're going to steal from the CrossFit market?
It's possible. Yeah.
Look, if you're the dedicated kind of person, you can just go do a WOD by yourself.
Yeah.
And then you only want to pay whatever $600 a month.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I mean, there's so many. If you know a little bit of CrossFit, or you know people that do CrossFit, you could go to capecrossfit.com and you could read the WOD there every day. No one's blocking you, and you could go to to Ignite Fitness and do that exact same WOD. So yeah, you never know.
I think like the hardest part of it, like if you've been in a gym for years, I mean, we're friends with everyone here. I'm friends with everyone. So it's hard to just disappear and go do it. But maybe if you're someone that's done it for a year and you know it, but you don't really know everyone in the gym, you could easily just go do it by yourself. if you want to follow CrossFit, functional vibe and all that.
Yeah, I guess to remain relevant in the CrossFit space, CrossFit gyms need to focus on the value for money.
Yes.
In terms of coaching quality
The coaching.
and community, like you alluded to.
Yeah.
Maybe events in and around and outside of the gym as well.
Yes.
It's probably going to become even more of a important factor.
I think you're right. It's those value adds that you can't get on your own, like a good coach and a community, because like it or not, finances are tight for 90% of us.
Yeah.
So if you could get into a Ignite Fitness for 500 Rand a month instead of a CrossFit for whatever CrossFit costs at your CrossFit gym, it can be a big thing for people. Yeah. So CrossFit gyms are going to have to work even harder now that these so-called Globo gyms are offering more and more functional style facilities.
I wonder if you're allowed to drop the weights.
Yeah, got platforms.
Is it?
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Fine.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's a biggie. Like at home, I mean, obviously I can't drop in my garage and I don't really have the space. So if I had planned to go lift or wanted to lift one day, I'd definitely go there and do some lifts.
Yeah. So when it opens, maybe we'll ask Brett Sparg if we can come around and do a session or two and do a nice review.
And we record there.
Yeah.
Should be able to. It'll be cool.
Yeah, that'll be
I'd
cool.
like to record there while Courtney does a 1 rep max squat press.
Yes.
That'll be good.
Just like Justin did the other day.
I'll do 100 burpees for time.
Yes. The other thing about
CrossFit. You can do a max L-sit.
Oh, brilliant. That'll be very quick. We can capture that on an Instagram story. 15 seconds.
just under 15.
Nice. Yeah. So speaking of Justin's goals to do a 15-second L-sit, that brings us to our topic of the day. Hey, Matt?
Yay! Goals setting.
Goals setting, yeah.
Goal setting.
New Year's resolutions.
New Year's resolutions. It's a new year. We want to set goals. Why do we set goals?
Yeah. Why do we set goals? Should we set goals? Do you set goals, Just?
All the time.
Do you set goals, Matt?
No, not really.
Me, I've been like on and off with goal setting in the last couple of years. But I think there's some research that says why you probably should set goals.
I think I often, maybe it is setting goals. I want to get better at something, so I just work a bit at it, but I never make a number.
Yeah.
So what's it, a partial goal?
A partial goal. Yeah, we're all about that on the show.
Guys, here we are. It's 2020. We've just uncovered a new concept.
Partial.
It's called partial goals. When you have an idea of what you might want to achieve, but you rather don't put on paper in the fear that you might disappoint yourself.
Don't give yourself too much hope.
Yeah. By setting that goal and failing, you're just disappointing yourself.
Yeah.
And the fun factor goes out the window.
So set a partial goal.
Partial goals.
Partially successful and partially unsuccessful. It just balances out.
Did you know that research says that people without goals are not that successful at making the goals?
At doing things in life.
Oh, hang on. They're not...
they're just not successful.
They're not successful. Hang on. People that don't make goals are not successful at making goals. Is that what you say?
They're not as successful as they hope the goal to be.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so they're just losers.
You know what? I think the power in goal setting comes down to having like a subconscious compass for let's call it for the year.
Yeah.
Like you got to realize that if your goals are lofty and ambitious enough, you might not achieve all of them, and that's okay. But I think the problem comes in with people that have like OCD and like, well, if I say that I'm gonna run 10Ks in 35 minutes and I run 40 minutes, well then I'm a failure.
Yes.
Like that's when goal setting can become a problem.
Yes.
Because a 40-minute 10K is not a bad effort either.
Yes.
But perhaps by not setting the goal, that compass is just fucked.
Yeah.
And you end up running a 60-minute 10K because you can't be bothered.
I think that's something that I wanted to talk about later as well. You must remind me to bring up that. But I was watching a little video yesterday about body image, especially in men, because body image is talked about a lot for girls, but for guys they don't really talk about it.
No.
So we'll bring that up a bit later, and the bad side of being so focused on achieving something.
Can I coin that expression?
Yeah, what's
the
that?
Subconscious compass.
Subconscious compass. Yeah, we've done a lot of things this show. Partial goals, subconscious compass, trademark.
Trademarks.
Yes.
Hashtag for the show notes.
Please
make a note of that.
So research also says that if you don't write your goals down, you're less likely to accomplish them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that too. I like to, if I want to have something down, I usually always list something, anything down.
Yeah. There was things a couple of years ago about vision boards. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes.
That was like a big thing.
Like what's that one app called? Pinterest.
Pinterest.
I think that was a form of vision boards.
Yeah.
Like go on Pinterest, search bikes.
Yes.
And pin all your favorite images of bikes.
Yes.
Till you have an idea of what the wheels, what the brakes, what the chain would look like.
It's fast inspiration.
And then
I think it was supposed to be, I don't know if it was true or not, but it was like a subconscious thing. Like, say you wanted to get a nice car, you could like print out 10 pictures of that car and put it on your fridge, and then every day, 10 times a day, you'd see that car, and then eventually you'd get it somehow.
I'm a big believer in that, man. Honestly, like I said, subconscious.
Just window shopping every day.
It's every decision you make is linked to this recent and long-term memory of why you're waking up at 8 a.m. or why you're getting to work on time, or why you're staying and we're doing some overtime, or why you are going to start a side hustle and earn some extra bucks, or why you're not going to spend 600 Rand at Hustle Grill and rather go to Spur.
Yeah.
You know, like all those decisions are probably not necessarily pre-planned, but they have some direction, because you know that you woke up this morning and you saw, what did you see?
My vision board.
Your vision board, which had what on it?
My car.
What type of car?
It's a Ferrari.
Cheap. Okay, so hang on, let me retract that. Instead of Hustle Grill, Spur, Mike's Kitchen.
Just go to McDonald's.
Yes.
And then if I can leave with something, quick action leads to success. So when you make a goal, fucking shoot for it.
Yeah, like I also saw that somewhere. So you make a goal, guys, I'm going to lose 10 kilos this year, but I'm going to start on Monday. Today's Friday. And then you end up on Monday like, oh man, I had a pizza on Sunday, so maybe Monday's not a good day. Maybe I'll start next Monday, or the 1st of February.
Yeah, it happens to everyone, eh?
Yeah, the more you put it off, the less likely you are to get it.
Yeah. I think some people listening to this podcast will agree with me when I say goal setting can create a massive amount of stress for people that are not ready to embark on that goal.
Yeah.
So it's like, this year I need to save 20,000 Rand.
Yeah. And
you know that you're already 20,000 Rand in debt on your credit card.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of stress.
Yeah.
Because you first got to make up the 20k, then you have to save 20k. And they might just say, you know what, it's easier for me to just put that off until I get this big lump sum of money, and then we'll set the goal.
Yeah.
It takes this like stress out of the equation, but at the same time, the likelihood that you're going to be successful is, as you said, 0.
Yeah. I think that also ties in something else we wanted to talk about a bit later. But we've done extensive research. Hours and hours and hours of YouTube videos and reading articles.
As the podcast stopped last year, we hit the books.
Yeah.
I've been filing through every partial fact ever recorded.
You can see my bedroom. It's got those big boards in it with
pins,
wires going to other things, and little strings going to one person's face and then down to another thing and stuff like that.
And darts.
Darts, yes.
Throws them at people.
At people that don't like.
Yes. That guy that gave us a 1-star. Throw a dart.
Found his name in the dug deep in there and I found his name.
Yeah, so we know you, bugger. So, how to do goal setting based on our hours and hours of research. And I think these are some really cool points, and points that you don't often hear. Some of them, you hear, but there's some really good stuff in here. So the first one was to start with your priorities and think about the most important things in your life and align your goals to those priorities.
Yeah, listen, I think this, if you look at it from another angle, is where people go wrong when it comes to goal setting, because they try and focus on too much in one go. I think when we were chatting before the show, Courts, you mentioned something really cool, and that is if you close your eyes and you just think of the one thing that's most important to you right now, that should take priority, you know. And if you can zone in on just one thing at a time, you might be surprised at how quickly you can tick that off, and then you can focus on something else.
Yeah. So, like the example we were talking about is, say I do CrossFit, and I really want to get 20 unbroken pull-ups. But like Justin said earlier, I'm also 20,000 Rand in debt. So should my number one goal be to do 20 unbroken pull-ups, or should my number one goal to be get out of debt? So
definitely the pull-ups.
Definitely the pull-ups. Yeah. There we go.
You can just get another credit
card. Way more money in the long run.
You should just pay a personal trainer, get more into debt, and do 20 pull-ups.
Roll your credit and basically make sure that you can do 100 pull-ups before the end of the year.
There we go.
It's all worth it. That ego.
Ego is everything.
Yes.
Yes. So, like they were saying, so if you write down your 10 priorities in life, and then you close your eyes and you think, if I could wave a magic wand right now, and I could achieve one of these immediately, which one of them would have the biggest impact in my life? And it's probably saving that 20k or getting that 20k out of debt. And you'll probably find that because you're so much in debt, you're spending your whole day being so stressed, so wound up, so Googling ways to make another 100 Rand, that you just can't perform in the gym anyway.
Yes.
And by sorting out that number one goal, you can achieve your other smaller goals, like getting those 20 pull-ups. So focus on your priorities, write them down, and see which one would have the most positive impact in your life, and focus on that number one.
I think it's a really cool exercise, depending on the industry you work in, and also depending on what type of person you are. Like, if I said to Matt, what industry do you work in? And he says marketing. I was like, okay, cool. What is your number one goal within your industry this year? And then if I ask Matt, like, are you a family guy? Are you a social guy? Do you like to train? And then Matt can say, like, I really like to be social. So, okay, cool. What's your like main social goal for the year? That'll be like a nice sort of like two opposite ends of the spectrum. One work related and then one personal. And that could be a nice way to start.
Yeah, you know, parts of different sections of your life.
Yeah, that compartmentalizes, because you could really divvy it up into like financial goals and physical goals and psychological goals and reading goals, and like you could really go crazy.
Yeah.
But maybe you should start with just one for me and one for my vocation.
Yeah. And those are probably taking up so much space in your mind that getting them sorted out will actually free up space to do all the other cool stuff you want to do.
That is true.
Yeah. So that's good. And that was something new that I read in my research. And then the next thing that we wanted to speak about is setting a stretch goal. So basically thinking of a goal that's 5 to 10 times bigger than what you think you could do. So this is a bit of a controversial one, like you were saying, Just. So say I'm 20k in debt, which is like a reality for probably 7 out of 10 people listening. Like people either have houses or cars or credit card debts or something like that. Like if we were to do an Instagram poll, I bet 8 out of 10 people would be 20k in debt. So should your goal be to save 20k and get to zero debt, or should your goal be to be 100k in the positive? And setting a stretch goal is good because it focuses your mind on getting this 100k, and it's also bad because it can cause you a lot of stress.
Yeah.
Fadi,
what do you think?
I agree.
Listen, I think, you know what I think is cool about a stretch goal is that when you set the stretch goal, you've got to realize that it's more a ballpark goal, where it's like you're gonna fucking hit that baseball and it might land there, it might land there, but as long as it takes a certain trajectory in the right direction, I'm not going to be upset if I hit a home run or if it lands within bounds. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like, from the beginning, you just got to be a little bit realistic. Like, I'm not going to pay off my bond this year, but
yeah, sure.
I want to put maybe 50k into it this year, extra.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. So to use that as
but it's a bit out of reach also. Like,
say you have 500,000 rand in your bond, and you're like, realistically, I'm probably only going to pay 100,000 rand off. But you know what? I'm going to try and do 150, and you might be surprised by the end of the year you pay off 110.
Yeah. That's what I think he was alluding to.
Yeah. So, like, there's that question again. So say, let's make that example. You owe 500k on your house just because it's a nice round number, and you can probably pay off 100k. Should your goal be to pay off 150k, or should your goal be to pay off 500k? Similarly to that vision board. Like we joked about earlier, but should I have a picture of a Ferrari on there, or should I have a picture of a 2015 BMW 3 Series? You know, more expensive than I can afford, but not ridiculous.
Yeah. I think it's really up to the person, but a stretch goal, if we're going to coin that phrase, may take you a little bit further along toward your end mission than being super cynical and ultra realistic.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I can only afford a City Golf, so I'm gonna settle for a City Golf. You know, maybe you should be like, cool, I'm most likely gonna end up with a fucking City Golf, but if I get a raise, an unexpected raise at the end of this year, which we know might be on the cards, maybe I can walk away with a Toyota Corolla.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So think about that stretch goal and try and put it on there, but don't stress yourself out about it.
Maybe optimists prefer stretch goals.
Yeah. So let us know how you guys feel about that, because I think that's a bit of a difficult one.
Keep going.
Sorry, Just. There's moving beyond SMART. So I think you know what SMART stands for. What does it stand for, Matt?
Stands for specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, time bound.
Yeah. So
somehow it all just fits together and comes to the word smart.
It's just lucky.
Well done, Daddy. It was under 5 seconds.
Yeah, I researched for 8 weeks.
8 weeks. It's just like science. If it didn't
5
spell
weeks, 1 a week.
If it didn't spell smart, then it wouldn't have worked.
They would have thrown it out the window.
Yeah.
You know what I think we should do for the next 2 minutes of our show?
Yeah.
Is create our own acronym.
Yeah.
For goal setting.
For goal setting. Okay.
Yeah.
So the first one was priorities. So that's a P.
P.
And the second one was magic wand. PM.
I think after P we can make
stretch goal.
S.
PS.
PS.
PS. And then what's the next one?
P.
We need at least 5
I think
letters.
P is for priorities. O is for organize.
We're going to do puss.
E is for evaluate.
Is that where you're going?
Let's get an E here. Let's find an E.
So we've got POE so far. So what's the last one? POE is a stretch goal?
S.
Yes.
Stretch. So how about this? If you take this new age approach to goal setting and you take what has worked in the past, you can be puss smart.
Well, there we go, guys.
Is that your puss goals? Matt's going to be so busy editing this episode.
I'm gonna have to leave one of the times we said it so people understand.
Oh, phenomenal. Just beep it all out. We can make it up.
Beep it all out, and it came to POES.
What? So hang on. Just to recap: priorities. O means
organize yourself. E is evaluate your goals.
Yes.
And S is for stretch goals.
Stretch goals.
Yeah. So you must be push smart in your goals.
Guys, I'm impressed.
This is science. Yeah. Okay. So apparently, smart is not good enough anymore. You have to be smarter now. So specific was the one. We'll just name these for people that might have been living under a rock and don't know. So specific is to not just be general, not just to say like 2020 I'm gonna lose weight. You should be like in 2020 I'm gonna lose exactly 10 kilos
by the end of the month.
By the end of the month, January. Yes, that's a good goal. Use that
by
one.
doing CrossFit.
By doing CrossFit 3 to 5 times a week.
Measurable.
With Justin Swart.
Specific.
For 1 hour.
Time bound.
Spending 400 Rand per session. Expensive. Yes. Measurable is pretty much the same as specific. You can measure the progress. You want to be like, I'm going to pay off some of my debt. You don't know whether you're doing it or not. Actionable, you should use a verb, which I think is a good way to do a goal. Like, I will read 20 books. I will run 100 kilometers a week.
I will lose weight fast.
Fast. Is fast a verb? I don't think fast is a verb. Is that an adverb? I have to get the English experts. And then realistic, which ties into that stretch goal earlier. Something tough, but something that you can do. Time bound, we said you got to do it by whatever time. And then the E and the R, wow, we've duplicated the E. The E was already in the puss goal, the evaluate. So we've got puss smarter, we've got evaluate twice.
It's fine, it's very modern to spell smart without the E.
without the vowel. Yeah.
And millennials will appreciate that.
Yes. So evaluate is to look at your goals regularly, every week or month, and to actually write them down, like we said at the beginning. Yeah.
So what I like is to work backwards from a lofty goal. So
go to the games.
Go to the games, and then you work backwards. Let's say it's a 12-month goal, right? And each month should have a focus leading up to that. So you call that like some sub goals, and that could be I need to squat 200 kilos. I need to do 50 unbroken butterfly pull-ups, 500 double unders, whatever it might be. And you can then deconstruct those goals even further, right? So you got your games, you got your 3 main goals to help you get there. I need to qualify through the open or through a sanctional, and then those goals themselves, almost like a family tree vibe.
Yeah, but you
have smaller goals to help you get there.
Yeah, does the games kind of games one's kind of specific because it kind of does it for you, gives you the open to you, and you have to make a sanctional and so on.
Yeah, so, sure. So it gives you a bit of a framework, a skeleton that you need to.
And then it's like
to follow.
I've got to make 50k or so because I've got to pay for the sanctional. There's another goal.
There's another goal.
Yeah,
definitely. But it would be silly to maybe only focus on one of those elements.
Yeah, you have
first.
To
be like,
kind of stuff.
I need 50k to go to the games.
Yeah,
that's so limited in your thinking.
Yeah,
because it's perhaps too specific and not factoring all the other multilateral elements.
Yeah. Okay. So then evaluate that goal regularly. See whether you're getting those 1,000 double unders that you need to do, and then reward. To give yourself rewards along the way for achieving parts of your goal. Chocolates, especially if you're trying to lose weight.
Courtney, I've lost 10 k's. I'm gonna go buy myself a big old
big cake.
Yeah, the whole cake. Yeah, and apparently what this does in your mind is it creates a feedback loop. So you say, okay, I've lost 1
feeding
kilo.
Loop.
A feeding loop. Yeah, a feeding loop. It creates a feeding loop in your mind. So, like, I've lost 1 kilo, so I can buy myself a new pair of shoes. And then you're like, okay, losing a kilo is a rewarding thing to me. And you just keep going like that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you lose a kilo and like nothing happens. You don't get any fancy stuff, and you just feel.
Would you guys agree with me that the endorphin release that comes from achieving a goal should be enough of a reward?
I was just thinking,
like, that's very internal. If we're going internal, external, like some people like medals, other people like pat on the back, some people appreciate.
Well, yeah, I was just thinking
public acknowledgement.
The kind of people that stick to this kind of thing, it's like it all depends on the type of person.
Yeah.
I mean, some people just won't be able to even stick to that.
Yeah, and some people want an external reward. They want a pair of shoes.
And then some people would like to have, they like to run that way.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess whatever works for you. Even I guess that reward could just be like saying in your own mind, like, yeah, I did well. And that's enough for some people.
You know what I think is great? It's like on a very micro level. Like if you're a CrossFitter, Monday you have a workout and there's something that you've fixated on doing well at. Maybe that's build to a heavy 3 front squat, and there's a number you have in mind, and you crush it. You hit your number. Like that positivity and endorphin release that comes with achieving that micro goal takes you forward to the next day, and you do it the next day. Maybe, like you said, 100 burpees for time, and you crush your previous best. You take that momentum and that internal satisfaction with you into the next day. Whereas, like, I don't feel like all rewards can be rewarded with a physical external prize.
Yeah.
Like a Kit Kat or
pair of shoes.
Pair of shoes.
Cake. Yeah. Okay. So another little trick is to write your goals in the present tense, like I earn 100k a month, or I am a non-smoker, and that helps you to focus your mind instead of saying I will do this and I will do that. And you kind of like in your mind you think, oh, maybe I don't actually do that.
Yes.
Yeah. So try and be a bit more focused, and then, like Justin said, writing down all the actions you need to take to get to the specific goal. So I need to do 1, 2, and 3 in order to get to the games. I need to be able to snatch this much. I need to be able to do 5k in under this amount of time. And how do I lose 10k's? What are the steps in getting there? Yeah. So factor in those. So, and the next point, which I thought was really a cool one, is to answer this action question. So if I need to run a 21k in under 2 hours. What are the 20 things I need to do in order to get to this action? So you might think that 20 is like quite a lot, just to run a 21k or to lose 5 kilos or whatever. But by forcing yourself to write down so many things, you actually broaden your mind to think of things that you might not want to do.
Like buy a pair of running shoes.
Yeah. So like, let's say you want to run a 21k marathon. Like, you can think of 5 things you need to do pretty easily. But number 6 might be sleep 8 hours a night, or speak to a sports psychologist, or have a good relationship with my wife so that she lets me go and run 5 times a week, you know? And those might not be in the top 5, but by stretching your list to 20, you think of things that could add that 1% to your performance. Yeah. So try and stretch your mind in there.
Yeah, if you don't have a good relationship with your wife, you can just kiss that goal goodbye.
Yeah, nothing.
That's a whole goal. It's a big piece of a goal.
Yes. And I think that comes right back.
Running away from her.
Yes, run away for 10Ks every day. And that comes right back to our first goal. So our first point, sorry. Like, you got to think about the most important thing in your life. So you want to do 20 pull-ups, but when you go home, you argue with your wife so much that every time you go to the gym, she gives you evil looks. Yes. I mean, there's no way you're going to do 20 pull-ups.
You're never going to make it if she's looking at you like that.
Yeah. So
you're just going to get right in the kitchen and wash those dishes.
Wash them.
Go home, do the dishes.
Yes.
Go to bed.
There we go.
Don't do any pull-ups. If you dare.
Yeah. And then the next point, which is quite cool, is identify the limiting step in the achievement of your goal. The things that limit you the most and that hold you back. And I think we've all experienced this, but sometimes the limiting step is actually in your own mind. Like, can I do 20 pull-ups? Am I ever going to be good enough to do it?
Listen, the power of the mind is massive. I think if you have any self-doubt, it's going to knock your confidence a few notches below what it could be. You're going in toward your goal with less than your best effort.
Yeah.
And that in itself is self-limiting. You know?
Yeah. So I actually wanted to ask Matt about this because Matt is different to a lot of other people that we've seen in the CrossFit space, where he achieved a lot in his CrossFit career, went all the way to the games, but he was never someone that would sit down and be like, this is goal number 1, 2, 3, I'm really going to focus on it and going to do all these little things to get there. He did his training, he did his time, he trained hard and he rested hard, but he lived his life. And a lot of other people kind of make CrossFit everything, but somehow you managed to get there without that sort of thing, Matt.
I think the stars aligned
every
year.
Yeah.
I think the main goal, if I'd put goals to it, it was just to make team for Spain.
Yeah. For regionals.
What was it before that?
Regionals.
Yeah, it was always for regionals.
Yeah.
What was it before? It was always regionals. I mean, it wasn't Spain. It was in...
You didn't go to... Where was the one before Spain?
Oh, it was you did it.
Belgium.
So it was Belgium.
Denmark.
Yeah. After that, I was like, cool. I'm doing well enough. So then let me train hard enough and try and make that one.
It became a bit more tangible when you saw someone else relative to your capacity.
Yeah, and it was working. And then obviously we sat down with Chris and stuff, but there was no writing down or anything like that. Yeah. It was just it worked, and like you said, it was just did the few things that you got to do in the pot and you stir it, and
but maybe without realizing it, Matt did set a subconscious goal. He just never put it out there. But one thing Matt does do really well is a hard worker. So he just worked hard every single day. Yeah. And whether he achieved it or not was irrelevant. I think his connection to training was strong enough to just get it done for fun. Yeah. And to look good.
That was it.
And that was enough for him if he didn't make it. Yeah. Which is an important piece of the puzzle.
Yes.
Because
I think that's something we wanted to talk about. We said earlier. So like, what happens if you don't make it? And that links back to that video I watched about body image, especially guys, where we all want to be shredded, you want to look good, you want to go to the beach, you want to impress everybody. Yeah. What happens if you don't make it? What happens if you don't look as good as you think you're going to do? What happens if you don't make this competition or don't do these 20 pull-ups? How are you going to feel about yourself? Yeah. And what this guy was saying in the video is, unless you're a professional, let's say CrossFitter, bodybuilder, soccer player, whatever, unless you're making money out of it or it's your career, it shouldn't be your whole identity. Like,
correct.
People are identifying as bodybuilder and if they don't win a bodybuilding show, they feel terrible about themselves.
They feel worthless. They feel like their life is coming to an end.
Yeah. Whereas in reality, it's just a hobby. Like, you go to your job every day, and you go to the gym in the afternoon and do buys and tries. So don't identify so much as that thing.
Yeah, listen, that is a massive part of goal setting, and I think that is why, if we track back to what we said in the beginning, why so many people avoid it.
Yes,
is because they do become overly identified with the goal, or overly attached, and I guess, now that I think of it, that is also perhaps a negative of having too few goals, is that when one is not going well, it would be cool if you could redirect your focus onto something else, to spread that identity across multiple different facets of your life.
Yeah. Okay, so that's cool. And then the next one is to make it real, to write it down, and to say it to people, and to be accountable. Maybe put some money on the line.
Yeah, I like that point. I think just having like your teammates or your friends or your family come up to you and say, how's it going? Have you achieved...
how's your games training?
Yeah, how's your games training going? Or have you saved any money this month? And that in itself is going to open up a whole
if you don't
can of worms in terms of conversation. And maybe that's all you need. It's just a little bit of a kick up the arse to get back to your routine,
little
or
bets and stuff with
a reminder that it's okay to not come out with your mates and rather save some money to pay off your debt. Like, that accountability is quite powerful, especially in the form of a good friend or a coach or a loved one.
Yeah. So we're gonna do that today. We're gonna put some of our goals out there, our like fitness related goals. I don't think anybody's really interested in our like personal goals. But if they are, you must DM them.
DM us individually.
I will tell you. I'll tell you all my little funny goals.
I'll tell you about my big sheet at home.
Big sheet. Yeah, it's a vision board.
My vision board.
Yeah.
Darts
so
all over it.
DM us. I'll tell you about my funny little goals that I have. But we'll talk about fitness ones today. And then there was a really funny thing. You guys might think that this is like a bit of a laugh. And I thought it was like, it's a bit of a laugh. I'm not going to do this. And I probably won't, because I think it's funny. But this one article I read said you should write a letter to yourself. And the letter should say, "Dear Matt, you've done so well at achieving your goals this year. I'm really proud of you, and you're such a great person, and I'm happy with how you focused hard and saved money and did something. And you should put that letter in the drawer, and then you should read it to yourself on the 31st of December 2020.
Yes.
You gonna do that?
No, I'm not doing it. I think this is a whole different level.
Or when you've achieved your goal.
Yes.
Yeah, I read it and I look at that freak writing me a message.
It's funny. I thought it was really, really funny. But
people have done that.
Yeah, people did it and maybe it works for people.
Yeah. I wonder if any of our listeners have done that.
You've done so much. Well done, Matt. You can relax now.
Thank you.
Peace.
Die in peace.
You end up thanking yourself.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving me permission.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Go home and relax.
Yeah, I don't know. So, I don't know. I feel so funny writing that letter. I'd be like, just talking about myself in like funny terms.
Maybe it has more commonplace for like a teenager.
Yes.
Like at the age of 14, I want to play first team rugby, and I want to be the top try scorer, and he goes through 4 years of turmoil, and when he gets to the first team, he just blossoms and becomes this growth hormone freak because he's matured and grown some testicles.
He reads
his letter, and he has an emotional moment on the side and says, "Finally, I've made it."
I've made it.
Just talk to this fucking 16-year-old.
The camera zooms out.
And the camera zooms out, and you realise you're watching Invictus.
Nice. Yeah, so those are all the goal strategies, and hopefully you guys have learned something. So, like we said, accountable. We're going to put our goals out there. Who wants to go first?
I think Matt should go first.
You put me on the fucking list first.
Let's hear it, Matt. Matt, like he says, he never writes down his goals. So this is the first. 2020 is a big year.
2020 is a big year. I'm going to snapshot this. Back squat 180 plus kilos.
Yeah, okay.
I only have 3 kilos off that.
Okay, so that's doable.
Well, it's doable considering... fuck, man, we've talked about it so many times.
I think you should
fucking knee op.
I think you should stretch that to 190.
Yeah, but so now I have to do a whole year of 531 again.
Yeah.
Just to get back to that. And
to
then
180.
hopefully we'll see.
Before you do that, I think you should get a hip halo and develop your glute medius.
Exactly.
So Matt's
Fix
got
that, so-
Matt, just so for our listeners though, Matt never likes to drive his knees out. He just likes to drop low and stand up
Yeah.
and then tick it off.
Yeah, it's functional. I drop when I pick up my son.
Yes.
And he's catching on rubbish.
I was trying to think of things I'm shit at. Deadlifts, my endurance on deadlifts is really bad. So something like a workout like Diane, where you have to do lots of deadlifts. I don't like it.
Maybe
So I'd
you
like
should
to fix that.
Maybe you should do some banded deadlifts.
But I need to do the whole smart vibe and all this crap. that
Yeah,
we
because
talked
you
about
haven't
now.
read.
Because I need to work out what I have to
Yeah.
do to get
Right
that.
now,
to get that
you're a
fixed.
puss down.
Because this is very vague here. Fixed deadlifts endurance, get a stronger press. Like those
So-
are vague.
Yeah.
So you got to
So-
change that to what?
Well, okay, so I need to get better at handstand push-ups. So I could have written down, do some sort of handstand push-up program or something like that.
20 strict handstand push-ups.
Yeah, or something like that. But
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to make these more specific for Matt.
half Ironman.
That's a cool one.
But coming with that, I'll have to improve on swimming.
Yeah, so
Big
those
time.
are the steps, like we said earlier.
Mm.
Yeah. Running and cycling will be fine.
Half
Swimming,
Ironman is what's in the half Ironman?
I think, I don't even know what the
1.8. 1.8.
But Matt Schiff sent it to me the other day and it was humongous.
It was a 1.8k swim, a either 80 or 90 kilometer bike, and a half marathon, 21k,
Yeah,
21.1.
so I can do the half, I can do the bike. But
Yeah, the swim, 1.9
the
k's.
swim, fucking hell. 1.9 Ks.
Do you even have a bike?
No, I'll get one from someone.
You should put that on your list.
Yeah, get
Get a bike. Yeah.
Get a giant from Macro.
Yes, 800 rand.
It's
Yes.
coming from cash converters.
Brilliant. That'll be a trick.
Next one is I want to get shredded.
Very vague,
That's every year.
but that's everyone's goal.
Yes.
Everyone in the world.
If none of these work out, at least I'll probably get halfway there of being shredded.
Yeah.
But you are pretty shredded.
I'll get more shredded.
Hey?
Yeah.
Be more
I
shredded.
mean, maybe you should go plant-based.
Partially plant.
Yeah. Shredded
Like
cabbage,
Sarah.
good for you. Shredded beetroot. Shredded carrot.
Message Sarah and ask her how she's doing it. She'll reply.
And then last year I did 143 kilo clean and jerk.
Yo.
Then so I like 150 because I'm sure I could clean 150.
Yeah,
At
that
the
was
time,
I was
think
there.
could clean
I was there.
150.
That was a great lift. I
So-
was so stoked for you, man.
And then a 120 snatch, which maybe
What's your snatch now?
112.
Yeah.
Snatch is tough.
That's a big jump.
If you drive your knees out in your squats,
Fuck off.
I reckon you could hit.
Look, I think
120?
if you squat 190, you could definitely snatch 120 and clean and jerk 150.
Okay, well we're gonna work on the squats then.
Yeah. Okay. So
Again, I worked on the squats last year and I'm gonna do it again.
now, I gotta do it again. Jeez, in the garage every night.
Fuck. Yeah.
So those are the action items 1, 2, 3 to million. What's the limiting step? The limiting thing for you is time, probably.
Limiting is time. I do have time at night, but I play PlayStation. So one of my personal goals would be to be the best PlayStation player in South Africa. So unfortunately, that's taking away.
What are some of those games you
You're
play?
gonna have to.
I think Justin has the same goal.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get through me and Andy Manzilla first.
Are you guys playing Mario Kart? Yeah,
No, something much harder.
much harder.
Much harder.
Apex Legends.
What's the one where you jump out of the airplane?
That's this one they all do. Fortnite does it too.
Fortnite, yes.
Fortnite. This you start off in a. It's like a funny spaceship.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah, it's like a spaceship.
like a hanger craft.
Yeah. The Battlefield's also got it. You hop on an airplane and parachute down.
Oh, it must be a common theme in games.
Well, the theme is Battle Royale. It's this, you dropped in a big area.
Yeah.
And then the game, basically the map gets smaller. and
Shoot
smaller,
people.
And you have to kill everyone until you're the last one alive.
If I had a PlayStation, I'd just buy like racing car games and stuff like that.
Oh man, I never got into racing games.
Really?
Uh-uh.
I would like Formula 1 2020. There's
Oh,
the
no.
cool stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, Justin left his blank, so he has no goals.
You got no goals, just?
No goals.
You're a
I
failure.
find goal setting very stressful.
Your
Oh,
goal
fuck, I'm
must
definitely
be...
not writing all this shit down for these goals.
Justin's goal must be to read the show sheet before the show.
Yes, Courtney gets very upset with me every week.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
And-
going to go under podcast goals next when
Yeah.
we get there.
My goal by the end of this year will be to still be friends with Matt.
Yes.
I feel like in 2019 we came close to severing ties.
Yeah, we
Murdering
nearly cut
Justin.
him off.
Yeah, the podcast almost never made it.
Yes.
So that's one of my goals.
Justin's goal is to read the show sheet and to actually type something in the show sheet.
Yes.
And to say show sheet 20
And to
times
say show
fast.
sheet, she sheet
You have
on
to
the
say-
seashore.
Every show you have to do it.
Show sheet.
Show sheet.
Today's show sheet is a show sheet by Justin Schwartz.
Good day. Right.
So tell us your goals, yes?
My biggest goal, the goal of my life, is to make it to the CrossFit Games.
Mm-hmm.
As an individual.
As an individual.
Which is a big one.
And if you were to ask me to put a time-specific constraint on that, I think that would be a little bit hard. But I would love to get that done before the age of 35. So
How old are you now? 29?
I'm now 29. I'll turn 30 this year.
Yeah, so you got 5 and a bit years. That's fine.
That's fine. You'll probably make it before then.
That's my life mission. So all my training and goal setting in terms of going to sanctionals this year, even competing in the Open, is all geared towards achieving that main goal.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Is that the only goal?
No, I mean, if you want to hear some specifics, this year I want to back squat 200 kilos.
Oh, more than Matt.
Yeah.
He wants to back squat 1 kilo more than Matt.
That's his goal.
I'm happy with 180.
Yeah, by the end of this year I want to back squat 200. And clean and jerk 160.
Yeah.
I want to snatch 130.
Yeah.
Are you far off those?
I can clean and jerk 152 and snatch 122.
Okay.
So you're as far off as I am with mine.
8 kilos.
Yeah.
8 is the magic number for you guys. Yeah.
Fuck. The closer it gets, the tighter it gets.
Yeah.
The 1 kilo is like...
I can jerk 165 from the block.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I'm not worried. Yeah, the jerk's
The jerk's there.
Yeah.
And the other day I got under 160. I just never stood it up.
Ah, you're halfway there.
I'm halfway there.
Yeah, you're halfway there.
You did the easiest half.
And then you're not be the jerk's gonna be a different jerk when you stand.
You think so?
Yeah.
Hey?
Standing there.
Spinning.
I'm gonna pass out.
Yeah.
As long as you're there to catch me, I'll be fine. So yeah, those are very specific, like physical goals.
Yeah.
I'd love to do like 50 butterfly pull-ups, unbroken.
Yeah.
I'm not too far off there. I want to improve my rope climbing, descents. Yeah, those are just some of them.
Yeah. These are a lot of things, like you said before. These things kind of fall under the big main goal.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Because these things you would like, you probably needed some of these.
All these things would make me a better competitor, allow me to stand a greater chance of achieving my life.
Definitely the gymnastics side of things. You could probably be fine without all those strength things.
Yeah, it's true.
You could probably actually push them away and focus on making 60 pull-ups unbroken.
I hear what you're saying.
Fixing those rope climbs quick and the L-sits or whatever. Right?
Definitely.
Because those things I know that you struggle with.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, those are physical. Obviously, financial goals will be to get to the games and to raise enough funds to support my jet setting career.
Yeah.
Support Justin, everyone.
Yeah. Send him money.
Again, like it's hard right now today to action the specifics around how much. Like to honestly do a whole season of sanctionals, you need like 200,000 rand.
Yes.
But again, I haven't signed up for all of them just yet, so it's very hard for me to put an exact number on that. So I think I've got a good framework. I've got some good end goals, but I'm still busy working backwards this current month at setting up the framework to get there.
Yeah.
I'm in the process of getting smart.
Yeah. Yes. And then become smarter.
Yeah.
After that. Yeah. Okay. So those are all your fitness related goals. I'll give you mine. Mine are the easiest. So first goal, pretty basic, is to train 4 to 6 times per week every week, which is sometimes difficult depending on work and family and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
2 kids now.
Oh, jeez, I doubled it.
Did you make that amount of time last year?
Yeah, definitely.
You find that easy.
I was probably averaging 5 and a bit times per week.
I think you should get yourself a squat rack at home.
Yeah, right.
Put it in the garden.
Just a squat rack. But you got that deck. That's
cool. So I've got a guy that can design and build a foldable squat rack for you.
Ah, that's cool.
Could put it in
Would you
your
be interested?
bedroom.
Yeah, put it in the bedroom. I'll put it in where my washing line is.
Basically folds against the wall, hinges out.
Yeah.
Squat and pack it away.
That's cool.
I think he's like me. He's interested in anything.
Yes.
As long as it's free.
It's free. Yeah. So
I'll guarantee that.
I'll review it for him for free. My next one is to gain a bit of weight. I'd like to get to 80 kilos.
Oh, that's a boom boom.
Yeah, so I'm 75 kilos at the moment, but I also want to be jacked.
So get smaller.
You should tag that.
I don't want to, like I keep saying to people, and like Dave Lipson said, we do CrossFit, we do a lot of CrossFit. We're really fit, but we don't look like we're really fit. And people that say CrossFit builds muscle, that's true, but it's mostly true if you do really high volume training. So like the two of you guys built a lot of muscle because you were training competition programs and doing 2 to 3 hours a day.
Yes.
Doing a class a day, you're not going to build that much muscle. We got to be honest about that. So if you want to be jacked, you got to do a bit of extra stuff.
Some 5x5s.
Yeah.
Or just hope the programming changes.
Yeah, which is unlikely because fitness is what makes you functional for life. So I understand the class has got to be fitness based.
But let's be honest. I mean, Coates, I saw you with your shirt off the other day.
Skinny.
Your
hot.
Your physique. Your physique is, I would say, like
a Cape Cobra.
Cape Cobra.
Yes. It's like a triangle. It's got big lats.
I would say you look about 10 years fitter than you did when I first met you.
Okay, good.
And you've only been doing CrossFit for
definitely look better.
Almost 5 years.
Almost 5.
Yeah.
So you're gaining an extra year.
Oh, good.
Of aesthetics.
Yes.
For every year of CrossFit you're doing.
Okay, good. So I look like Sparky soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my other goals are to squat 125 for 5 and to deadlift, I wrote here 150 for 5, but I think I can actually do that. I would rather deadlift 160 for 5. I was thinking about having a 1 rep max, but that's so stressful. Like to put a max on the bar and to try and squat it. Like the things that go through your mind are like, oh my knee's gonna explode, is my back gonna break when I do a deadlift? So I'd rather do a 5 rep max. It's much less stressful for me. Yeah. So 125 for 5 and 160 for 5 on the deadlift. And then, like Matt said, our friend Matt Schiff has introduced us to this little half Ironman triathlon kind of thing.
Little bit of fun.
So I'd like to do that. My problems there is that I'm really, really bad at swimming and really scared of dying in the water.
Oh man.
And my second problem is that I'm really, really scared of riding a bike in training on the road. Like during the race, that's cool because it's a closed road and there's just other bikes.
Yes.
But like I would drive in the morning like through Hout Bay, between like Llandudno and Camps Bay, and these people are riding their bikes, and I think like I don't want to be knocked over by a car. All it takes is one person on their cell phone to knock you over, and I really don't want to do that.
That's it. You're not going to be running again.
Yeah. So if I could do the training for the bike, like just on the bike erg in the gym, I'll do that.
I think
so.
Like the only reason I said I'm happy with the bike, I don't do any bike training or anything, but I think I'll just suck it up.
Just be fit enough.
I'll hurt.
Yeah.
It'll hurt, but I'll get through it.
Yeah. So if I can do that, if I could just not train on the road, or like train in a big group where it's a bit safer, then I think I'll be okay with that.
Do people ever make it through on just training at Virgin on the bikes?
I don't know.
There must be some guys.
I mean, we've got a couple of bike researchers.
So there must be some stuff on Google. I'm sure.
Yeah, you could train on a bike. You could even get some rollers for inside your house.
Yeah. Sit on your actual
and then
bike.
obviously trust that the course is closed.
Yes.
And that there's no taxis that are gonna cut you off.
I think race day is fine because it's a closed road. It's just the training that makes me
worry about
scared.
driving on that day.
That makes me scared.
So all these goals between me and you, it's we're burning candles at both ends here.
Yes, trying to get big
we're trying
endurance.
We're going to win a marathon. So do a half marathon, and we're both going to be trying deadlift and
yes.
So I wanted to do a half marathon. There's one in 6 weeks actually, and I just sent a message to my friend Taryn. You guys might know my friend Taryn. And you heard her. She's very reliable. She always does exactly what she says.
Matt has a son that resembles her.
Does it?
I can tell you she's not those things.
She's very reliable. She always does exactly what she says she's going to do.
She replies immediately.
It replies immediately, yes. She's on top of it. So she said, she'll do this half marathon with me in 6 weeks. So there we go. It's set in stone.
You have a friend holding you accountable, Courtney. Well done.
She said she wanted to do the Neisner. Which one are you looking at?
It's called the Slave Run or something like that.
Like Slave Run?
Yeah. So they whip you while you're running.
They really get you to the end.
Yeah, so it's in 6 weeks' time.
If you don't complete the race, you become a slave for life.
Yes. There's big stakes, high stakes.
I'll finish that race one time.
Yeah. So those are my goals. Yeah.
Cool.
We got some goals for the podcast, and I think it's appropriate that Matt tell us what those are.
Okay. I'll give it to you. Yeah. Give it to you guys hard. Okay, so we need to fix the setup of this podcast because currently we're lugging around with some of my personal things and a fucking heavy bag. We'd like to be more portable, so that means we need one more extra mic and we need to get the Zoom H6, which is basically a portable recorder.
And it costs 6,000 Rand.
Yeah. Anyone?
H6 stands for...
Have you favorited it on Takealot so they can notify you when it's on special?
I keep googling it for cheaper ones. Then I look at them like, oh, here's a cheaper one. Oh, we still can't buy the cheaper one.
It's like 6,003 rand, 6,005
exactly.
rand.
Yeah.
So you put this in. You put 40 episodes in 2020. Does that mean we're not doing? So did you work it out that the Christmas holiday?
Yeah, I thought look, there's 52 weeks in a year, and they might be Justin will go away and do a sanctional in the middle of the year, and there's Christmas. So let's say 40.
40. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to be here on from the 28th to the 11th.
We have to do some
28th of Feb to the 11th of March.
We're going to be recording.
So there's already 2 weeks we're missing. So yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Have 5 to 10 guests on the show in 2020.
I think that's cool.
5
to 10 guests.
What was the original? So we first did say we wanted one in 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's 4. So 5 to 10. It's good.
Grail email subscriber list. So that's always been a goal.
Yes. You put that on there.
Currently, that email subscriber list on 0.
Yes. No, we've got a few.
Matchup.
Got some suckers that are put in there that don't know that have been put there. And then we've got some organics.
Okay, cool.
And then I said, that said, we need higher social media following on everything.
Yeah, like Justin said last episode, tell your friends to follow us.
Yeah.
Tell your friends to listen.
If you're a listener, just tell one friend. Tell your wife.
Yeah.
Tell your sister. Tell your brother.
Yeah.
And your mother.
And your
girlfriend.
And your grandpa.
Yes.
Tell your wife and your girlfriend.
Please, guys, come on. Help a friend out. Sean Pretorius, I'm talking to you.
Grow our total unique listens to 10,000. That's average of 250 per episode. What were we on last?
We're over 1,000. We're over 1K. So we've got 9K to go.
So we're still talking baby Mickey Mouse here, but it's a big year.
That's 250 listeners per episode, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Next one. I wrote this one. Sponsors. We need money.
Yes.
It's hard out here.
We got some good stuff in 2019 from Sticky Barbecue, Halal.
Yeah.
And from B Aesthetics.
Been supporting us.
Yeah, thanks to those two people.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hamish.
Yeah, thanks, Hamish.
Thank you, Emma.
Thanks, Emma.
Imran Hussein.
Yeah.
If we get the setup that I originally said correct, we can do more location stuff. So we can go somewhere. Maybe an event.
Like Lion's Head.
Lion's Head, if we wanted. Drink some wine on a Sunday.
Matt's Christmas gift we can drink on top of Lion's Head. We're going to roll down.
And I would like to add, if you guys don't mind.
Yeah.
Maybe we can add this as a question on our Instagram later. Should we start a YouTube channel?
Oh. Do people want to see us?
Do people want to see our faces?
Because currently Matt's sitting here without a shirt on again.
Yeah.
And I'm not shredded yet though, but I'm going to be shredded.
I have one sock on currently.
Yes.
Courtney looks like he's just stepped off the set of Friends from 1970.
Friends. He's wearing a salmon.
He's wearing his womb
coloured shirt.
Yes.
There's a lot of interesting things to see.
Yeah.
And of course, YouTube will open us up to a bigger market with some bigger marketing opportunities.
Yeah. So let us know if you would like to watch us.
Look, we don't only have to put the podcast on. I got some ideas. We can do some fuck around things and whatever videos. So,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Let us know on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then podcast, intro, theme song, I would like, so we don't have to chop and cut someone else's song every week.
So what do we need? A musician?
A musician, because I can't fucking make music. I've tried.
So if you guys are musicians and you listen to our show and you want to make us a theme song,
yes,
let us know.
That'll be funny.
Something vibey.
Send us a whole bunch. I want to go through them.
Yes. That'll be cool.
Put our names in it.
Should reach out to Jack Parrott.
I'd like a what's the
ukulele?
They call it what's it called? A fucking harp, a mouth harp.
Harmonica.
No. That's the harmonica that you blow.
Yeah.
And there's that it sounds like Western. And it goes like what's it called? It's called like a Jew harp or something.
A Jew harp.
Okay, carry on, boys. I'll find it. Hold on.
That's it. So let's recap before we close out this topic. Takeaways, and I'll read them out because otherwise we're going to take forever.
I'll tell you. Yeah. Get puss smart.
Get puss smart. That's it. Takeaway.
It's called the Jews harp. Was it right?
Jews harp. Think about your priorities first. Think about the long and the short term. Build habits and rituals because rituals are better than resolutions, according to Arnold Schwarzenegger. Take action quickly. The longer you take to do something, the more likely you'll forget about it. review your goals often, be accountable, be consistent. And I think the most important thing I learned today was work on that one big goal, the thing that'll change your life the most, and the other goals will sort of go along with it. And then the second most important thing I learned today is think about what will limit you. What are the limiting steps in your life? Because if you think about how to overcome those limiting steps, that lack of money or that lack of time or whatever.
I think we established that those limiting elements for all listeners are their wives,
yes,
their kids,
yes,
and
bank accounts,
credit card debt.
Yeah, credit card debt. Yeah, those things everyone has in common: wives, kids, and credit card debt. Justin has at least 2 of those. You have to guess which 2. And the last one is believe in yourself.
Amen.
That's it, guys. Confidence.
Yeah. So, do we have any listener feedback, Matt?
No.
No one's messaged
We've got
us.
nothing, but we was a bit of lack of social media from our side.
Yeah.
So it just wasn't happening.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of follows.
Oh.
I want to. Can we have the intro song with that, please?
Oh, nice. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh,
If you bring a mouth harp, I'll bring a harmonica.
Jews harp, apparently.
What are you going to bring?
bongo drums.
Bongo drums.
Not a ukulele.
A ukulele, I don't know where you get that. But if somebody tells me,
ukulele was the first instrument I'm going to say. Yeah,
Yes.
Oh, it's a little guitar, right? My son has a little guitar.
Yeah.
It's very irritating noise, but we can use that. Yeah.
Oh fuck! You know what I did today? I caught an octopus with my hands.
Oh.
Yeah, I went
Really?
diving or snorkeling earlier.
Nice.
And he was just sitting at the bottom.
Yeah.
Went down, looking at me, and I grabbed him, and he swam off, and I just managed to grab him again, and he stuck himself to a kelp. So I had to went up like 3-4 times to go back down and rip the kelp around him because he was too strong to pull off the kelp.
Okay.
And then I just took him out the water for a little bit and looked at him.
How big was this?
Probably like his, that big bulbous head, probably the size, probably like a spread out. It was like a bit more than my palm.
Okay.
And then obviously his legs are long.
Yeah.
It just goes all over my arm. He's not huge. He was a baby, I reckon. Yeah.
Where'd you go diving?
Next to Boulder, there's a place called Windmill.
Nice.
Yeah, it was beautiful under there. It was so clear today.
Oh, nice.
Just snorkeling.
By yourself?
My dad also.
Is it warm there?
The
water.
As you come in, it's a bit warm because it's a little kind of protected area.
Yeah.
And then you get closer to where the water's coming in from the ocean. It's pretty chilly.
Yeah.
Because I was out there for a while. You come out of the water and you're like a whole core temperature's down.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have a wetsuit. So it's okay. It's nice to swim in. You can swim now. But if you're staying out for 30 minutes, 40 minutes...
Do you see anything dangerous, like a shark or anything?
No, it's very shallow. It's like...
You should have tried to swim 1.9 k's while you were out there.
Yeah. With my fins.
Your fins, yes. Okay.
I hope you enjoyed that story.
Yeah. I got a quote. I was thinking we should do a quote. So we think of some cool quotes. So the one quote that I found, which I thought was pretty cool, was, and the quote goes like this: I don't know who said it, and that just means that I wasn't bothered to find out who said it. But they say, when you're good, you tell everyone. When you're great, everyone tells you.
Oh.
How about that?
That's like people on Instagram telling everyone what they're good at.
Yes. Yeah. So I think that applies. Yeah. That's it. That's all we've got for today.
Thank you for listening, scumbags.
Yeah. Thank you for coming with us to 2020 and not dropping us off in 2019.
Set those goals.
Yeah.
Smash them.
Be accountable.
And message us on Instagram and tell us what your life's mission is for 2020.
Yeah, and if you want to hear our personal goals for 2020, our little fun ones, then DM us and we'll let you know next episode.
You can email, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter us, tweet us.
Yeah, noresultsmedia@gmail.com. Instagram, Justin?
Our Instagram?
Yeah.
Not my own?
No.
Okay.
No, we don't care.
We don't care about that.
At NoRex Podcast.
Facebook.
Same thing.
At NoRex Podcast.
Twitter.
At NoRex Podcast.
Yes. Subscribe to our mailing list in the show notes.
Please rate us.
Rate us 5.
That's new. We didn't say that last year.
Oh, yeah.
I think I put that in.
Yeah, guys, go and add some comments like great show, wonderful, never been more informed, partial facts on my life, love Courtney's quotes, and the story of the octopus just changed my life. Please, guys.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Ciao.